how I got started with music was back in the 90s and early 2000s, karaoke was really popular. And some people liked it and some people didn't, but I really like karaoke. So me and my friends, we went to all the karaoke bars, and back then everybody had karaoke. You could go to Pepe's and you could go, every bar had karaoke, and we all flocked to it. And people seemed to say that, hey, you're good at this, that you're good at karaoke. And so I kept doing it and going to karaoke bars and having fun with my friends singing karaoke. Well, back in the day, it's not like today where you could go online and you could find any karaoke music on any genre of any, like YouTube or anywhere. But back in the day, it came on these little CDGs. So I went out and bought me a little karaoke machine and brought it home and bought me some karaoke music and, started singing with a corded mic and enjoyed it. So besides singing with my friends at karaoke bars, I was also karaokeing at home by myself or with friends. And so we were having karaoke parties, karaokeing it out. And so I found myself singing and enjoying karaoke. And that's how I got started with singing. But I also had a love for music long before that. And my love for music long before that started long before karaoke. And that would have started when I was 5. And that would have been, I can remember when I was 4 or 5, and at that time you would only be able to buy albums. And they usually came in like a 33 form or a 45. They were just you would put them on a record player, and you would flock to the record store and you would buy your favorite record. And I went and bought Donny Osmond and the Partridge Family and the Jackson 5, and I was so proud to get these albums, and I would run home and play them, and me and my cousin and my Aunt Sherry and my brother, we would put on these shows, like we were putting on shows on with these albums, and my mom and dad and my family members would come in down to the basement, and we were all acting like we were having a show, and we were all the stars, and we loved doing that. And there were memories that I will never forget. And we did that for many, many basements. I can remember we just have so many memories of putting on shows with albums. And so we grew up that way, and I had my favorite album store. And so for me, that was music. And I can remember taking a hairbrush and taking an album called Three Dog Night and just singing to it and thinking, this is what I want to do. And I must have been about 10. And other people were outside playing football. And that's fine, everybody has their thing. But my thing wasn't that. My thing was I didn't know that was entertainment at the time. My thing was just, that's what I like to do, was that. It was fun to me. And so then when karaoke came around, I jumped on it. I loved doing it. And I did it for years. So that would have been so I started singing karaoke in 1987, 88. I'm not sure exactly when karaoke became about, but when it did, it was like new. It was boom, it was karaoke, it was new. And so everybody did it who liked it. And I loved it. And I can remember going out and doing that a lot. But then something changed for me. Because I had sang so many cover songs for so many years, all of a sudden I didn't need the screen on the wall. I didn't need the words anymore. The hundreds of songs that I had sang were all of a sudden, they were all memorized. And so instead of becoming a karaoke performer, I became a performer. And that must have been about, I'm not exactly sure when that came about, but it was probably 10 years after singing karaoke. And that was a wonderful experience because I could step in front of the screen instead of behind it. And it felt like a great experience because now that's where I am today. That's where I am today, but with much more experience because now I've become a performer. And I'm good at my craft. And I'm so proud of myself to have become this far with being able to now bring emotion to people. It's not about what I'm doing for myself. What I'm doing right now is I'm bringing to others. What I'm enjoying right now as a vocalist is when I can go out and sing and I can vocalize because I am more of a ballad singer. There's not many songs that I don't sing that don't say love in them. And when I can bring emotion to people and I can bring something to them, that's what I love the most. That's why I sing. Yes, I like I like the feeling of being able to sing because it's a healing experience for me. And that's a whole other story, a healing experience for me. But I just thought that I would share that story. Thank you.